What's going on, guys? It's your boy Elisha here, and welcome back to Goal. This is, of course, the show where we discuss everything in the world of football from the past week, and by we, I mean myself and you, the beautiful people of the world of football. This weekend, actually, because we did have a Friday show, so I talked about everything from the weekdays already on that, so check that out. Link also in the description. But this weekend we had a whole lot of drama, a whole lot going on in football. I'm excited to talk about it. Let's get right into the business. So first up, by far the most notable, what's making headlines right now, the most important events in football this weekend: Chelsea versus Manchester City in the Football League Carabao Cup this weekend. Now, let me explain why I'm so excited for this one moment right here. This man, Kepa the keeper, Arrizabalaga. Kepa, my boy. So the whole story is, Sarri, the manager, right? He was about to take off Kepa because he thought Kepa was injured. But everybody, the fans, the commentators, everybody's thinking that he's about to take off Kepa because Caballero, which is a second choice goalkeeper, is better at penalties. At this point, the game is nearing 120 minutes. We're about to go into penalty kicks. So it's a regular tactics. Teams do that all the time where they have a keeper who's better in penalties than he is in game. So they put him on last minute so that he can be the keeper for the penalty kicks. But Kepa, my boy, he was not having it. No, sir. He said, no, I'm not coming off. I will stay right here. I am not coming off. I'm staying right here, and I am saving this team in the penalty kicks. And he did just that. He said no. He stood his ground. I have, in the 56 years that I've been living on this planet, I have never seen it. Never have I seen a player say no. I am not being subbed off today. I am staying right here. And I'm telling, and the referee even went to Sarri. He went to the sidelines, like, talking to him, but it seems like according to football rules, according to the rules in the FIFA rule book, you can't force a player to be subbed off if he's not injured. So they checked, he's not injured. So that's when, after, the manager is embarrassed at this point because it's like, I'm the boss. I'm telling you to get the hell off the field, step up to the side and give the man his space to come on. Like, but he was not having it multiple times. Everybody's waiting. He's not having it. And the only player from Chelsea who actually went up to him and said something to him and told him to respect the coach's decision was David Luiz. Everybody else said nothing, which is even more embarrassing, and which is why Sarri flipped out. Like, he almost walked off into the dressing room.
On there. He's determined. It's a war of wills at the moment. Is absolutely incandescent, and with every right.
He was just so pissed off, like hitting the chair, going crazy. Because this is the first time I've really ever seen something like this happen. Ever. Kepa Arrizabalaga is the Kanye of football. That was such a Kanye moment. It's like, imagine this. Kanye, right? It's the MTV Awards. He's drunk. His Hennessy bottle is right there sitting, warming his seat next to Amber Rose. Goes up on the stage and says, Taylor, I'm going to let you finish, but Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time. This is basically his Kanye moment. It wasn't as arrogant, but how many times did that Kanye thing happen where someone went on the stage and took the mic from someone, accepting their awards? How many times have you seen a player just blatantly saying, no, I will not be subbed off, and staying on the field? What? This man is a legend, despite them losing. This iconic moment in football history. Like, years from now, we're still gonna remember this. This is like remontada, Barca PSG comeback. This is like Steven Gerrard slipping. This is like Rooney bicycle kick against Manchester City. This is iconic. Like, and we're living in this real time. I don't think y'all understand, like, how dope that whole thing was. Like, that was really crazy. And it went to penalties. And Both teams missed them, but he actually saved one. He almost saved two. He almost saved Aguero. And when you save a team's best player's penalty, that really does something to that team mentally, right? So if he would have saved that, and he came so close to saving Aguero's penalty, but he saved one, and David Luiz ended up missing his, hit the right post. David Luiz just missed that penalty, man, and Hazard made his or whatever, but it just wasn't enough because Sterling, Raheem, mother-loving Sterling, stepped up to the plate and buried that penalty perfectly and made Manchester City your 2018-2019 Football League Cup champion. So congratulations to them. This whole story was crazy to me. I was watching these penalty kicks like, first of all, I can't believe that this man Kepa just did that. And now it's going to penalties and they're going back and forth and they each missed one or whatever. It was just crazy. Like, it was the dopest game of the weekend for sure. But of course, we got to talk about the other ones in the Premier League, actually. Liverpool, Manchester United, which was much anticipated. Of course, very big game. Liverpool's having some trouble at the top of the league. Manchester United is fighting for top four. So, big anticipated game, two big teams, but it ended up being 0-0. 0-0, just very underwhelming. Now, Liverpool is still on top, but they're only 1 point away from Manchester City. Manchester United are only 1 point away from Arsenal for 4th and 5th place. So it's really tight right now, but the fact that Liverpool are letting this slip again is just so typical. Right? But I'm still sticking with my guns. I said this at the beginning of the season. Not that I'm the biggest Liverpool fan or anything, but I did say they're going to win the league, and I still think that they're going to be the Premier League champions this year. But they're making it hard for me to still stick by what I said earlier. Still believe in it, though. And when teams like Tottenham are losing to Burnley 2-1. Like Tottenham is like 1 week. I'm complimenting them for, they're not spending any money. They're beating Dortmund 3-0 in the Champions League, and then they come back home and they lose to Burnley 2-1. It's just like, but what is going on? Like, this is why I can't really complain when people say the Premier League's the most competitive league in Europe, because things like this happen. Tottenham beat the best team in Germany 3-0, and then a couple days later, a week later, they're losing to Burnley, a smaller team in their same domestic league too. It is. But anyway, speaking of Dortmund, in the Bundesliga, Dortmund back to winning ways. Okay, they beat Bayer Leverkusen 3-2 this weekend. You got goals from Sancho. Götze was on the score sheet. Zagadou. Okay, it was a comfortable win. They were 3-1 at some point, and then Leverkusen scored one in the 75th minute, so they ended it. It was 3-2, so it was kind of tight for the last 15 minutes of the game, but they got the 3 points. They're still 3 points away from Bayern, which is still tight considering how much of a gap there was before at some point of the season, but they're back. They're still on top right now. They just have to be a little more disciplined. News is saying that Royce is going to be back next week. Hopefully, he can bring back, Dortmund to what they were at the beginning of the seasons, because they've been slipping a little bit for a while now. All right, let's get it together so we can finish this strong. Not we, so you guys can finish this season strong. I'm talking like I'm a Dortmund fan or something. I'm a Barca fan. Nice transition. Speaking of which, Barcelona this weekend beat Sevilla 4-2, and the man El Gote, Lionel Messi, 50th career hat trick this weekend as Barca cruise past Sevilla. Come on, man. This man is just like, first of all, he's the reason why Sevilla scored their first goal. Stupid pass. It was just careless, and then they went into counterattack straight after that. Like, it wasn't even. It was straight transitioning from his bad pass. They caught it, counterattack, and Jesus Navas scored the goal. But he made it up and scored a hat-trick, which basically won the game for Barca. Suarez scored 1-2, which was the 4th goal, but Messi was definitely the reason why we won this weekend. But then let's go all the way to our rivals' town in Madrid. First off, Atletico won this weekend against Villarreal 2-0. Morata gets his first goal for Atletico. Congratulations to him. He's off to a great start. And Real Madrid, 2 VAR goals, 2 VAR penalties in this game. But that's not even the biggest thing. The first one was definitely a penalty. The man, his arm was up. It was a penalty. The second one was not. I'm gonna say this a million times. I'm not biased. When it comes to these things, I'm very objective. It wasn't a penalty, bruh. Like, it just wasn't. And they reviewed it with VAR, and they gave the pen anyways. It wasn't. And the strange thing was that, Sergio Ramos wasn't in the game. He's their penalty kick taker now, but he got a red card last week, so he wasn't able to play this week. Benzema scored the first free kick of the game, and Bale stepped up to score the second one, but he scored it, buried it, and then he not only didn't celebrate, like, he looked upset that he scored the goal. And then when his teammates are celebrating and Lucas Vazquez is like jumping on his back, like celebrating about the goal, and he kind of just pushed them off him and blew him off. And here's my biggest guess. All the news coming out about Bale not really being friendly with all the other Madrid players, and he goes to sleep early or goes home early and all of that. They don't really go out, and they're not like, it seems like there's not a genuine friendship between him and the other players, especially the Spanish players. But Spain, especially Madrid, it's a big town, big nightlife. There's a lot to do, so I don't know what's going on. Maybe this is like near future Bale is trying to leave Real Madrid. Maybe he's just not that happy there. But it was weird, the fact that he was genuinely unhappy with his goal, and after the match, like, he just looked like he just wasn't with it. Like, he was over it. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna be it this week in football. This man Capa Arrizabalaga just made my whole weekend. Like, this was one of the most exciting games in a long time. And of course, this week, foreshadowing, this week is the second leg of the Copa del Rey, El Clásico. Real Madrid versus Barcelona. Come on, Barca. All right? It was 1-1 the first game. Right now, it's seeming like Barca, they had to get that comeback. It seems like Messi is a lot more confident going into this next game. It seems like Real have the shortest end of the stick. They just won a game, the 2 penalties, and they were controversial. So, seems like Barca's going into that with a lot more confidence, and they're the favorites to win this. But I'm praying, come on, Barca, don't let this slip. We have another El Clásico March 2nd, 4 days after that. So 2 games back-to-back, but the Copa del Rey one is the most important one by far. All right, it seems like Barca's making a good run in the Champions League. And even with that draw against Lyon, I'm very confident. They're definitely the favorites to win La Liga. So who knows? Maybe they might have a surprise treble this year. I'm counting on it, but every competition counts. They got to get that Copa del Rey, got to get that La Liga, and of course they got to get the biggest fish of all, the Champions League. Because we haven't got that in a while. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting worried. Let's bring it back home, please. But anyways, guys, that's going to be it on my part. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you drop a like. Subscribe to the channel, hit that bell so you don't miss when a video drops, so you get that little notification. Bing, boom, bing, and it just pops up on your phone, and you can watch your boy talk about everything in the world of football from the past week. But yeah, man, check out the music, check out the social media, all of that in the description, and I'll see you guys next time right back here on Goal. Peace.